let's just jump to this subject that seems to be very popular in some of the big podcast circuits. Aliens, UFOs. How do you slice all that up for yourself?
So one of the things that I did was a couple of months ago. There was a testimony of a guy, three guys in front of Congress who basically testified that alien artifacts were being worked on, and I actually don't remember the full context. This is like last year that I did this, but I actually used ICD 203 to kind of break it down and look at, like, all right, why do countries or why do species colonize other species, right? Like, why do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And there's 5 reasons why, and like one of the reasons that comes off is well, resources is one thing, right? So you might go to another planet for resources. You might go for exploration. You might go for religion. You might go for defensive purposes. I can't seem to remember the 5th one. But
was it research or studying?
Yeah, well, scientific knowledge. I think one might be ego. Like,
okay,
let's say there were 2 alien species and they're competing with each other, just like the U.S. and the Soviets did, and they found out there's Earthlings over here. Well, I want to be the first species that goes to Earth. But when you look at the amount of resources that you need to do that, it's absolutely insane for such little benefit. And I've actually said that there's probably a roughly even chance that we're not alone in the universe, but there's almost no chance that we've been visited by an alien life, because if we had be, we'd be dead. And I say that because if you've ever read the 3 Body Problem series of novels, there's
isn't that a Netflix show right now?
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Netflix
it,
show,
but
although it's not like the books
really,
at all.
okay. So that's another good book
Worth
to read.
watching, though. It's worth watching.
Okay.
There's this thing. It's on Amazon Prime. They have the original Chinese one, which is like 45 episodes or something like that, which is more accurate to the books. But the Netflix show is worth watching. But the 3 Body Problem, one of the books in the series is called The Dark Forest, and it kind of postulates that if there's kind of 2 horrors. The first horror is that we are alone in the universe. The second horror is that we aren't alone in the universe. Because usually when someone tries to colonize somebody else, it doesn't work out well for the people being colonized. So my assumption, or what I surmise, is that since technology can theoretically develop very fast, if an alien species ever encounters another alien species, you need to wipe them out, because they might wipe you out first, right? If you don't take that opportunity to wipe them out when they're at a lower stage of technology, they might come and colonize you one day. So I think any alien species that would have visited us would have killed us all. And they've had billions of years to do it.
Are you worried about the people who really believe they've seen or experienced something? And second question, you can either answer that, or what is the role of the government in allowing these stories to propagate?
We have freedom of speech, as long as you're not giving out classified information. You can say whatever you want. And that I did the video about that public appearance of like 3 guys in front of Congress.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
And
yeah, okay.
So I did a video about UFOs. I can send that to you after the show. But in this particular video, I just kind of go over every single reason of why we're probably haven't been visited by aliens. But this was an open, unclassified briefing. And if the U.S. military had any knowledge about aliens, it would probably be classified. So what these people were saying was unclassified data, right? And unclassified information. So if it was unclassified information, and if aliens exist, that most likely be classified, then the logical conclusion is, they think they certainly think they saw something, right? But they can't tell you the truth. It cannot be true because
I'm not smart enough to follow that train of thought. Like, so what is it?
All right.
So what is it you're saying?
All right, so let's say that
Is the military wanting people to believe that something's going on for a distraction, or because they don't care? Like, it seems like there's just a lot of attention on this matter. And I think that's what's interesting to me. Not so much like, is it true or not? Are there aliens among us? Are they watching us coming up from the ocean? All those things. But like, first of all, mental health, like, are these people okay? Like, is this an okay way to kind of like live our day? And then secondly, like, where is the military in this, really? Like the US military.
Well, maybe I didn't explain that correctly. So if aliens existed, or we had alien technology, then that technology would certainly be classified at secret, top secret classification. And in an open public forum, you can't say anything that's secret or top secret.
Okay, understood. Yes.
That's why you go into a SCIF, secure compartmentalized information facility. So the fact that these people were testifying in front of Congress in an unclassified environment is kind of proof that what they're saying isn't secret, right?
Okay.
So if aliens exist, we would make that secret.
Yes. Yes.
So if they're talking about it, then they either don't know what they're talking about or they're making stuff up. That can be the only. Those are the only two possible outcomes.
They don't know what they're talking about, or they're making stuff up.
Or they're making it up, or they truly believe it. There are people who truly believe in various concepts. I mean, I believe I am a Christian, and that when I die, I will go to heaven. Right? I can't prove that, right? But that's what I believe. And there's other people who believe that they're Muslim, and on the day of judgment, you have to walk across a bridge over a lake of fire, and the bridge is wide enough. If you've done good deeds in life, your bridge is very wide, but if you've done evil deeds, your bridge is only the size of a thread. Well, I don't believe that, but they believe that. So who's right?
Yeah.
I certainly think I'm right, but I can't. We're dealing with unclassified information when it comes to aliens, and any evidence on aliens would certainly be classified. So these guys can't be right because they wouldn't be able to talk about it.
So maybe as we come back to like how can we know truth, and whether knowing the truth is important or not, whether it matters. This seems like kind of a benign issue. It's not hurting anyone believing in aliens or believing that I'm going to go to heaven. So it's not something that maybe. So it's like the truth that matters maybe is the truth that affects one another, each other.